Welcome to In the Mix with D-Lo, where the Run It Back podcast crew dives into the latest in gaming, tech, and comic book movie reviews. Get ready to geek out with insights and banter that'll level up your inner nerd. And it starts now.
All right, everybody. We are in the mix with D-Lo. What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
What's the apps? What's the apps with them craps?
We unfortunately we don't have Hobby here today. Which, you know,
Taking care of business.
you gotta do
Taking
that.
care
So
of business.
Exactly.
so yeah, it's just me, Cha-Cha, and Omega.
Yep.
And we, like I said last episode, we are doing a two-parter, and we're gonna talk about how we talked about how easy it was to go down the rabbit hole on getting distracted and all that.
Right.
And then the reason for that one was because I got onto a video that talked about things that were caught plagiarizing
Right.
from other songs and stuff like that. So I figured that I wanted to talk about that because there was some of them that were just like, really, like, you know what you did when you made that song.
Yeah.
And then there was some of them like, let's say, I think the worst case scenario would be from the Verb.
Verve pipe.
Yeah. No, not Bird Pipe, but it was just the Verb. The song called Bittersweet Symphony back in 97. Like I can think of just about a lot of movies and a lot of shows that's been sampled on.
Right.
But apparently on their royalty situation, and it caused a lot of copyright disputes. You know, like it's been one of the biggest topics for copyright. And basically they sampled the orchestra, can't even say it.
The orchestral parts.
Right.
I got you, bro.
Yes, like I said, some words become a tongue twister to me.
I feel it.
But yeah, for their it's basically in the Bittersweet Symphony that it runs through the whole song.
Yeah.
The song that they took it from was the Rolling Stones, The Last Time, and that was just because they used that in the sample in the chorus.
Yeah.
It was a little slowed down throughout the song on the Rolling Stones, but unfortunately, they never earned royalty like royalty pay and all that. All this time since '97, it all went to Keith Richards and Mick Jagger, and they just now, and I think it was like 2 years ago, that they are now able to earn royalty, get paid from it because they got put on the credits.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Basically, Keith Richards and them are like, well, when we're done with it, you can have it.
yeah, but like I said, like it was in a lot. It's been in a lot of movies, shows. You know, it's been sampled a lot.
And the Rolling Stones only use the chorus part.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And I listened to this because my dad, like, I grew up on the Rolling Stones because my dad was a big Rolling Stones fan.
So you knew. Knew.
There's some songs that like kind of blur in together to where I have to listen to the song. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Gotcha.
So, and that was kind of one of them.
Mick Jagger.
Like, I actually had to go back and listen to the song, and I was like, oh yeah, I can hear it. Because there's some of them, they're like, they're talking about it copyrights them, but it's like, I don't hear, I don't hear it. Like, where would you copyright it from? It was kind of like Men Down Under. You know, come from the land down under, you know what I mean? Like, that song right there, it was supposed to be off of it's like an Australia, almost kind of like a folktale or like a kid song or something like that.
Gotcha.
And when I heard that and I heard the actual song, I was like, I don't hear I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Like, there was no tempo slowing. There was no, like,
They're not similar.
Yeah,
enough
like I don't. I don't hear
comparison.
it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just thought it was crazy. Like, what draws the line of of somebody like, oh, that's my song. You can hear it, or like I said, that one you can't even hear it.
Yeah, I think it really comes down to what you were able to convince people of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in a court of law.
Right. Because I mean, it's kind of like Vanilla Ice with Ice Ice Baby and Queen.
Under pressure.
Under
pressure. And the funny thing is about that is I did not know that Vanilla Ice didn't give them credit for that. Queen and who was it? Queen and David Bowie. Under pressure?
No, I think it was just Queen. Was it David Bowie?
I think David. Yeah.
Man, I stop messing with me. Stop messing with me.
I don't remember hearing David Bowie, but but David Bowie was a producer, so he could have.
He's on the song.
Is he on the song?
See,
man.
Classic.
Hey,
like
man,
I know the song. I do. I do know it.
I be telling him about me. He knows about me in the
I
80s.
know.
Man.
Yeah, I do know you about them 80s. Like you on them 80s. So I mean, if he say he's on there, he's on there. Like I don't remember it. I just say I don't.
Yeah, and the thing is, I even remember the video. The video is just don't even make sense, but it made sense for that time period.
Yeah,
right.
Stuff just blowing up.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
but I did not know that they didn't give Queen and David Bowie credit for that because it's so obvious. I mean, you told me that earlier, and I could not believe it.
Yeah,
I could not believe it, so I had to look it up. I looked it up, y'all. I looked it up, America, and Vanilla Ice. Yeah, they got sued, and yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, and his whole thing was the way the beat was, his was different from Queen's because it didn't have this one little.
Yeah, they added one extra.
Let me see if I can.
They either added one or they took one done away. You know what I mean?
Like rearranged from the sample that they took.
Yeah,
it was pretty obvious where the sample came from.
Oh, as soon as the beat jumps off, you just know it's under pressure, and it was so painfully obvious. I was just so shocked that they allowed themselves. But I mean, I think they didn't give them any credit because that's what I'm saying.
Because they probably felt like if they acknowledged it because it's so similar in any way or form, shape or form, like that they're like, okay, legal shit's gonna come of this, and when it does, we will be documented as being like, hey, we just stole your shit.
We need that money.
They bet the farm on this song, man. They bet the farm on. They was like, you know what? This song is gonna take off. I'm telling you, America's gonna love it, and they knowing this because they're saying, that under pressure, David Bowie and Queen, America's gonna feel this. This is gonna be the one. But shouldn't we check with them to make sure that we can sample this because this is bigger than a sample? And they was like, nah, trust me when I tell you this.
Whatever.
Yeah, so they bet the farm, and then not only the song but who Vanilla Ice was. Because he just became like the biggest white guy in rap. He got popular fast. Cause you remember they made a movie. He got his own movie and everything. It's trash. It's garbage. Yeah. He's a motorcycle guy. Yeah, he was So they bet the farm. So with the Vanilla Ice persona, with this song, they were like, we got this. We're not worried about that. We're gonna let this roll.
Yeah. Basically, they was hoping for like the corporate with Vanilla Ice. They was in that time. They were hoping to get what Dr. Dre got out of Eminem for being a white rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that was a corporate way. Because I mean, even nowadays, Vanilla Ice really don't like that image anymore. Like,
right.
He's trying.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's in real estate now, and he's like, ugh.
Yeah, he really does. He doesn't like stepping in. He said he done shows where they have that image for the promo. And he rips it up like he doesn't like.
Well, yeah, because he flipped. He did like bipolar.
Yeah,
do you recall that one?
Yeah,
and did a mashup of like hip hop and metal, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, he actually when we went to our first Hall of Wicked in Indianapolis,
Right.
He was there,
Yeah.
and he did his rock version of Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah. And when I went to the gathering, I think it was in 2004, he was there performing his shit.
Yeah, and it was good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe the
was
version,
alright.
the rock version of Ice Ice Baby was good. Like, it's not what you're used to hearing when you hear Ice Ice Baby, but it was good.
That is true.
So
You know?
That is definitely true.
I just looked it up, and so yeah, it's Vanilla Ice faced a copyright infringement lawsuit from Queen and David Bowie for using the bass line from the 1981 song Under Pressure
Yup.
in his 1990s hit Ice Ice Baby without permission.
Yeah.
So let's see the outcome of this.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Like, what happened? Like, how much did he end up paying? Because there was no way you can say that was not any different from the original.
So to the point that you made, it said his defense was, his initial defense was that he had modified the bass line by adding an extra note.
It was right. Yeah.
It's got one more.
Yeah, he just went.
Yeah.
And Under Pressure was.
Yeah.
So it was just one hit.
Yeah.
And
The
he
judge was like, you know what? You've convinced me.
Right.
I'm trying to see because I think they lost. The case was settled out of court, of course, because it was a hit.
Yeah.
Oh, the amount is undisclosed.
Dun,
Damn.
dun, dun.
See.
The Green paid an undisclosed amount of royalties and share songwriting credits with the original artist. Man.
Wow.
So the impact, the case
So-
brought attention to the practice
So
of
you
music
know,
sampling.
everybody in Queen totally ate off that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well, it would have to be the family members of.
I'm gonna tell you who was getting ate
The
up.
estates
Yeah.
and whatnot.
I'm gonna tell you who was getting ate up was James Brown. In the hip hop world,
Yeah.
Oh shit!
they were, cause you know,
I do tell.
what song is that by Eric B and Rakim? You know, you got soul.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a strong rhyme to step two.
Yeah.
Think how many week shows you slept through. Time's up. I'm sorry I kept you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that whole beat, you got soul. That's from
Yeah.
James Brown.
Hmm.
And so there's a few rap songs like the Big Payback or
Funky drummer.
Yeah.
I might
That shit.
I may not know karate, but I know crazy.
Yeah.
What song is that?
I think that is a big payback, isn't it?
Shoot. Yeah, that beat, that boom, doo, doo, yeah, the little drum. Oh yeah, there's a lot of rap songs and R&Bs that we're using. I mean,
Yeah,
he
and
was
that's-
getting sampled for. I mean, a lot of his songs that you wouldn't realize that he did.
But I mean, you
Facts.
think a lot of. Let's just look at the history of music.
Mhm.
How much of it is, and that's why I asked when does it cross the line of plagiarism? Because if you look at history, what's the original anymore?
Well,
The first person that did it.
But who was? That's almost where you cross the line of what come first, the chicken or the egg.
Well, and so
Because I mean, you have it's like Nas. He he used For Elise by Beethoven.
Mhm.
You know.
well, I think that really comes down to like a free use type shit.
Right. Because I mean, think about it though. I mean, if you take like that bass line,
Yeah.
you know, we all know that the bass line is the reason that Ice Ice Baby, you know, was popular.
Yeah.
Was popular. And so why shouldn't, you know, whoever created that bass line, why can't they get credit for that?
No, and
You know, and so I don't know about crossing the line, but you know, you got to pay me. You just have to because I put in the work.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice probably can't even play guitar.
right.
I don't know about that. Look that shit
I
up.
mean, I think he can now. He might. I don't know.
No, I think he actually can. Because I think he did in his rock band.
Bass guitar.
I'll tell you who can play the fuck out of a guitar. Afro Man.
Yeah, he
I've
can.
seen that
Hey,
shit, bro.
I went to an Afro Man show, right? So it was here in Lexington. And you know, he put on the show, and I kind of like got up into the front, and you know, Afro Man doing Afro Man things. You know, he lit up a blunt on stage, and then it was like he hit the blunt, handed it down to the crowd. I grabbed it and hit the blunt. You know, he played a guitar, and I just kind of passed it to my homie. But I was like, hey, I just smoked the blunt with Afro Man.
Yeah. He handed down. You're like, for me,
right?
Why? What do I say?
But no, but and that's the thing. Like, it's a hazy thing on like how people like will cross that line on like, and like I said, like the Rolling Stones on like the Bittersweet Symphony song, like they took all the royalties.
I know, but that's kind of why it's a weird place, because if you do the shit and you use the sample and you know, then you're basically taking that risk that you'll be able to mitigate it at some point, like settling out. But when that happens, you know you're in the wrong. So I would think in some legal responsibility, you'd be like, okay, well, you're obviously going to win, and we're settling. Like, maybe we can just come to an agreement where you take most of it. And
yeah, and I mean, I agree if you get caught on a you know, like an actually copyright lawsuit.
But it's also like when you're talking about the line, I think, of course, if you pump out something that's like identical or is the foundation of the song, then yeah, you owe.
Yeah, but like, say like the artist, but like, well, you can use it.
Yeah,
but we're taking all of it.
Oh, well, that's an agreement.
You know what I mean? Like that right there.
That comes down to you, though, in the agreement you're willing to accept. The thing is that if it's prior, then it's kind of like, if you're not willing to accept that, then the song just won't get released, as opposed to post, when the song's already been out, the money's there, and there's stuff to be divvied up. So then it's like, yeah, you're kind of like, if you don't want to get sued into oblivion and like lose every fucking thing and then some, then you'd be like, you know what? I don't care. You can take 99.9% of it, just as long as I can please make money off of it eventually.
Just gonna get that 1%, please.
Just give me something.
Just let me get that 1%.
Make a song out of it, so
yeah,
you know.
And I mean, and Bittersweet Symphony, like that was a lot. That generated a lot of money.
I would imagine so.
You know,
but it like many other things is probably undisclosed.
We're about to find out.
Man, I'm looking up James Brown, and he settled one dispute, but it also says that there are no available detailed lists of all plagiarism cases involving James Brown found. So he settled one, but I'm sure that he had a lot, and I mean probably too many to keep track. Well, I don't know, because I mean I think that was back then. It was just a lack of education about that for the black artist. To understand that part of, you know, your music getting sampled and all of that, you know, they were not informed on it, and I think maybe somebody had to let him know, like,
yeah, the changing of the times. Be like, hey, this is what's happening.
Yeah, you know, you can get you know, he's sitting back there like, oh, they listen to my song on rap, hey, you know, ow, and somebody say, hey man, so how much did they pay you for that? Hey, what are you talking about? I just like hear my music, you know, let them young boys do their thing. I'm just trying to get my, you know, no, James. Look at these numbers. Look at these cases. Let me pull up some cases for you. Ow! Hey, what happened? You know, but there's a lot of his music that was getting sampled, and he didn't. I can't believe he only settled one, but I feel like he made more money than that, but. Okay, let me put it to you this way. They started paying him.
Oh yeah.
So that was the good thing. He only settled one, But from that point on,
Everybody
he
knew.
Yeah, he knew like.
But I would think that
you gotta come get permission from me.
just like with the Rolling Stones, like all these people who are like music legacy royalty types, they're going to be able to pretty much get whatever they want.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of that, okay. So this is according to 2019 estimate from the Billboard that
Right.
Bittersweet Symphony generated almost $5 million in publishing revenue at that point from 97 to 2019. I think the number is a little bit more because it seemed like it was in a lot of things. Like it, like
damn.
yeah. So and it, like and they took all that because at that point is when they wasn't collecting no royalties off of it. It was just Mick Jagger and Keith Richards.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a lot more than that because it was
They
on a
better
lot.
find a way to shine that turd, bro.
So, but now they're able to make royalties off of it. So, and it's one of those things of like, even like, what was you talking about? Like the Marvin Gaye song?
Blurred Lines.
Yeah.
Blurred Lines.
Yeah. So Marvin Gaye and, was it Pharrell and
Robin Thicke.
Yeah. So Pharrell and Robin Thicke came out with a song.
Blurred Lines.
That you can tell.
Tell me
it's
more.
It's obviously
bell.
the same song. Like
The bell, it was a ding-a-ling-ling. And so to Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up.
Gotcha.
yeah, and it was like you could tell, like he said, like the cowbell, and then there was
Talking in the background. Pharrell goes, woo! Right? Like, in the song, because we put up the video. And then I put up Marvin Gaye, and so it's got people talking in the background while the song's going on. So it sounded like Pharrell was trying to sound like the background people talking. You know, he was just like he was one of the people in the background. So that was another similarity.
And as far as the beat goes, the tempo was sped up.
Yeah. But guess how much the Marvin Gaye estate, they won. Guess how much? So Pharrell and them said that they admitted that there were some similarities, but it was coincidental.
Right.
But they had to pay out $7.3 million. $7.3 million.
Which for them, honestly, probably isn't really a whole lot.
It is for the Marvin Gaye estate.
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't hurt because
No facts.
you know he was broke. He was broke, but now I know whatever they still have remaining that of theirs, like his I don't even know if they got his publishing, but whatever opportunity they can get, because that's probably all they have is his publishing.
Yeah.
And so you get, that's the only way to earn it is for people to come and be like, can we sample this? And they'll be like, yeah, pay me, because he didn't have a lot. There was like no generational wealth.
Yeah. And see, and that's the thing that I say that I'm like, and it's probably a moral, especially the people that hold the song, a moral thing. Like he said, that's all the Marvin Gaye estate is gonna get is from the royalties of what people sample off Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People, how much is the Rolling Stones generating off royalties? And you're gonna take, especially in from 97 to now, like you gonna take all the royalties from that band? Like,
y'all made y'all's money, man. Stop. Why y'all got to be like that?
yeah, like you're gonna make your money.
Yeah. Comes back
Like I
to
said,
my
that's-
episode,
yeah.
episode about greed.
That's
like-
I call that the integrity of the sport.
yeah.
The integrity of the sport, man.
Yeah, like at least if you made your money, and especially if they didn't steal it or they just
They kind of stole it.
Well, I'm saying, like,
So
if they actually like talk to them first or whatever,
well, yeah. We've had this.
Yeah, but I mean, make the deal with them. Don't take everything for what they got, or even try to think of a deal to take everything they got. Like, let them get something from
I
it.
also-
Have integrity about yourself.
Yeah,
I also think about like
Where the love at?
there's room for some reinterpretation sometimes, which I feel like is can be interesting because it's like, on one hand, some things could easily be like influenced, be similar, but just something else entirely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, like reinterpretation of a song that already exists. It's basically like the same shit, just in a different format.
Yeah. I mean, so basically, what I'm telling everybody, all those aspiring comedians, all the aspired music people, book writers, and everything, don't read anything. Don't listen to anybody's other stuff while you're trying to come up with your own stuff. Because I mean, and sometimes, and that's what happens in the comedic world. You know, you hear a joke, you know, and they just get stuck in your brain. You're trying to write jokes for your stuff, and then all of a sudden, a joke is bound to end up slipping in there somewhere. Because you're trying to think your own stuff, you're trying to get tips off of other comedians and stuff like that. As far as, especially music, you have the people that you grew up to, that you know, emulated off of.
Right.
You know, some of those songs get stuck in your brain, and that gets incorporated into your songs.
Yeah.
But you're not thinking about it until that time comes, and it's like, damn, I didn't hit a copyright. You know, so that's when it's like, well, when does it actually become? Like, when can it go from copyright to, man, like, honestly, you talking about
that? You talking about that part of it?
Yeah.
Like, with the intentional from the unintentional.
Right.
Okay.
You know, so it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
That right there is just like.
That's just hard to prove, though.
Yeah.
That's just hard to prove.
And again, that's why I'm like, it's kind of to run it back to the beginning, it's kind of subjective, and it's all about what you can convince enough people of.
Yeah, right. Because now we bring in character into play. Because now you're like, what is it going to take for them to believe me?
Lots of money.
That and character flaws. Like, you know, I'm upstanding. Have you ever heard of me lying about anything? I'm the person that gave this. You know, when I was confronted with this, you know, $20,000. You know, the bank accidentally put that in my account. I didn't keep it.
Right.
I told it right away. You know, that's who I am. So,
and the bank was like, keep it.
Y'all know I'm not even capable of taking. I'm the one. I'm the giver. I donate to this charity, and that. Why would I rob from anybody? You know what? He does have a point. So it's like you said. That's when the character comes into play. Yeah. So America, you know, your brand matters. Your brand matters, because if you got a sucky brand, boy, you're gonna have a hard time convincing people of who you are, who you want them to think you are. So brand matters.
Yeah.
How do you want to be remembered, America, when you leave this earth? Yeah.
Yeah. And on that note, we gonna wrap up in the mix. I appreciate the conversation on that.
Good stuff.
So we gonna end that right there. We'll talk to you next week. I'll holler at you. Peace.
Later.
Deuces.